The governor also claimed that proponents agitating for the change of the current constitution want the creation of regional governments, thus effectively abolishing counties. He was speaking at his Nanyuki office after attending an extraordinary Council of Governors meeting via Zoom yesterday.
What is going on now? It is my view and the view of most constitutional, legal, and historical experts. What is going on now is that devolution is facing the most urgent danger in our 10 years of existence. I know you can also, some people will argue, it is because the Senate has not agreed on the third basis of sharing revenue. I disagree. In law, there is no gap. The second basis already exists. So if the Senate was doing its job, they would have simply passed the county allocation of revenue bill using the existing second formula. The Constitution commands them that by April, meaning April of 2020, that is 5 months ago, they must introduce and pass a county allocation of revenue bill. We are 5 months later, they haven't done so.
Well, it seems to be a problem shared across the 47 counties, especially due to the cash crunch deep into the 2020-2021 financial year. And we just want to delve a little bit deeper on this particular issue. Allow me to string in via way of phone Senator Ledama Olekina of Narok County. Senator, a very good morning to you and many thanks for your time right here on News Center. I must say we're talking at a time when the governors have now threatened to trigger the Senate's closure. But before we delve into that, I'm curious, and I'm sure Kenyans are also curious, what's the latest from the 12-member committee that was formed to determine how counties share revenue?
Thank you, Jesse, and good morning to you. First of all, let me just dwell in directly into those narcissist comments made by the chair of Council of Governors. It is a bit ludicrous that you want us to fight for you to get money, but you do not want to account for them. When we summon governors to appear, that is a mandate of the Senate under Article 96 and also under Article 125 and also 189 of the Constitution of Kenya. So it's a bit ludicrous to see that you want something, yet when you are given, you do not want to account for it. So my first warning is to any governor who may respond to the call by the ringleader, who is the governor for Kakamega, that this is a personal responsibility. And they need to read the Constitution. They need to go to Article 179 of the Constitution to see that they are the CEO and they are the ones who are accountable. So if this gentleman, the chair of Council of Governors, can personally appear before the committee, why would he incite others not to? He has fulfilled his mandate, but now he's telling others don't. So I just think that is completely narcissistic and it shouldn't be tolerated. All right. Now to the issue of revenue formula. The Senate set up a committee of 12, which I was part of it. And in that committee, we dwelled in different issues and we looked at different parameters. And by the end of the day, we came up with two positions, and with those two positions, we will present them to our colleagues and then we vote for whichever one is better. But the biggest problem has been that the Senate has been interfered by outside forces, people who have got interest, and they literally control what the decision makers, the Senate, will do. In fact, when we're in our committee, our side of the 6 members were decision makers, but our colleagues were not. They had to consult and consult and consult from outside. So it's a bit really retrogressive, that you are elected as a leader and you cannot, have the guts to make a decision yourself. So really, that was the biggest problem.
Forward, Senator. It's good to note that two reports were actually submitted by the team. But would this
not
be
not report.
Okay.
No, the report is one. Two different positions.
Two different positions.
But Jesse, let me just clarify something that people don't know.
Okay.
Already on the floor of the House, we've got the committee report which has been amended. It was amended by the Linturi propositions on the different weights of parameters. So that's still there. So we're waiting that on Tuesday, we hope that on Monday, the Speaker can call a Kamkunji. Once he calls a Kamkunji, then we can be able to now share with our colleagues the position that we came up with, which once we were given an opportunity to do so, then on Tuesday, we can then now go and decide, are we going to drop all other amendments and then have this other amendment of the 12 committee member brought in as an amendment so that we can be able to give counties their share of revenue, But, or are we going to go back and vote for what we have? And I really want to plead to all those outside forces, and yourself, you are busybodies coming to parliament, masquerading all around on a daily basis, even penetrating into our meetings and controlling how people should do it. Just leave it to us. Believe in the doctrine of separation of power. Let government, let the executive do its job, let the judiciary do its job, and the legislative arm of government, let us do our job. And then allow us to be able to, because I know all of us have got the best interest for this country. And let me tell you, if these busybodies continue, controlling and interfering with operations of parliament, Uhuru Kenyatta will have the terrible legacy in this country. Completely terrible. So I want to beseech him to talk to them. He knows them, and they all know each other. Let us do our work. We finish this job. The other thing which I agree with a gentleman who was speaking before is that there's really there's no lacuna, because we already have the second generation formula. And we also, and also counties can be able to receive up to 50% of their revenue. Nothing stops Treasury from releasing money, but there's a lot of dishonesty. And this is what I normally say, is that this dishonesty is going to destroy this nation. I think it's about time that we just become honest and take our country into a different level.
All right, Senator, many thanks for your time. We surely hope that this standoff is definitely brought to an end. Hopefully, just as the Senator has mentioned, the Senate might be called for Kamkunji by the Speaker of the Senate. We'll definitely continue monitoring the state of affairs, even as this threat by the Council of Governors to trigger the Senate closure, all in a bid to ensure...
Jesse, let me comment on that.
Okay, kindly, shortly, sir.
Let me tell you, and like I said from the onset, those are very narcissistic tendencies, where someone has not even read the Constitution and say, oh, we are going to trigger for the Senate to be dissolved. This is ridiculous. I mean, I think as a leader, you ought to read the Constitution. You need to understand what that means. That means you are now going to operate outside the Constitution unless we have amended the Constitution. So really, certain things are just a motive. Certain things should not be coming out of leaders, because they know that the law is there. You cannot say you will trigger a petition. I mean, for an amendment of the Constitution, you will need 2/3 of the senators to be able to sign and say, okay, let's amend the Constitution. How do you think that senators will agree to dissolve the House, and this is the one which has built devolution in this country? I mean, don't lie to Kenyans. Just be honest. As a leader, tell Kenyans what is possible and what is not possible.
All right, Senator, allow us to conclude at that note. I'm sure the message has been passed, especially to the busybodies, as you've mentioned. We definitely hope that the counties don't grind to a halt and that the solution is found even before the 2-week ultimatum given by the governors is reached. Many thanks, Senator Ledama Olekina. Let's take a look at other developing news. An estimated 18,000 drug addicts from the coast region are set to benefit from an ultra-modern rehabilitation center that is set to be constructed at Miritini area in Mombasa County by the National Authority for the Campaign Against Alcohol and